written some of the operations where pointer plus pointer will give you an error. Then pointer minus pointer will give you an integer. Then pointer multiplied with another pointer will give an error again. Then division of between two pointers is also an error, but there is a possibility of you can increment a pointer by one time. We call it as a PTR plus plus. Similarly, you can also decrement pointer by one time, PTR minus minus. So with that, you can write no arithmetic operations can be performed on the pointers except the subtraction, where the pointer minus pointer is an integer only. It's an integer. That is number of values between the two addresses. Number of values within the called number of locations or bytes or location, you can say, that is clear. Locations, number of values or locations between the two addresses. Between the two addresses. I tell you the reason. What does it mean? Generally, when you take in the computer, whatever declarations we are making, integer, float, character, do you tell can you tell where the memory is going to be allocated in the memory of which memory of your computer? Is it registers or is it a RAM or is it a ROM? Is it a hard disk? You tell me where the memory is going to be allocated.
RAM, sir.
RAM, correct? So when I say RAM, I'll tell you. Already I told every program is going to be divided to how many sections? During the functions I said there will be, for every program your memory will be divided into a certain number of groups. How many groups for each program? Assuming this is a RAM for me. Respond. How many groups each program is going to be allocated? Is it not 4? I gave already in the functions now when I talk about recursions. So this is the first one, this second one, this is third one, this is fourth one. So fourth one is called stack. Third one is called heap. Second one is called data. First one is called code. It's also called text. Anything is okay. Do you remember this? You remember or not? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you cite a code section, whatever program we are writing in the main and all, the source file program is going to take this place. This is called source file. Source file, which is called .c. .c is saving here. In this C file, whatever declaration you take, int, suppose I take in an example of int a comma b float c character d. Total how many bytes are allocated? Total how many bytes are allocated in the program? Whatever source file I'm writing in the section 1, that program has these 3 statements, declaration statements. Int a comma b, float c, then character d. How many bytes total? Is it not 15? 4 bytes for a, 4 bytes for b, 4 bytes for c. Okay, 13 it is, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes or
sir.
no?
Yes, sir.
15 bytes. So those 15 bytes will be allocated in the data section actually. So 15 bytes will be taken from here, data section. Heap we don't use so far. Stack, whenever you call the function, so return address is going to be stored here, okay? Return address is going to be stored when function call happens. When function call takes place. So this is the meaning of for the sections. But right now, pointers arithmetic, only we should remember that. Suppose you assume that the starting address will be 1000 and last address will be 5000, suppose. So it indicates that total 4000 locations are there, isn't it? From here to here. Can I assume this way? Can I say 4000 locations? The starting address will be 1000 and last address will be 5000. Approximately 4000 locations are there, isn't it? For the given program. We call 4 kilobytes in general. So out of the 4 kilobytes, my division will be something like this. Generally, heap is going to be less. Stack is also less. Data, mostly the code, most of the size is given to the source file actually. So let me assume this is the 2000 bytes is given here. Maybe remaining how much 2, no? So let me take 650, 650 or 630. 630, 630, 630. Total how many? Is it not 2000? No, it's not 2000. How much it should be? 2000 by 3, how much? 680, yeah? Or 675, I should say. 675, 675, how much? Respond. I want to divide, I think 7 means 2100, no? So I think 670, something like that, approximately 670. I'm not exactly scaling to it. 670 bytes are given to all the 3 different groups. So in that case, can you tell me what is the starting address of the data? Anybody? What will be the starting address for the data section? Anybody tell? So when I say that source file is taking how many bytes total? 2000 bytes. Starting address will be 1000. So last address will be how much? Is it not approximately 3000?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So between 3000 and 5000, again 2000 bytes are available. Fine. So can I say starting address will be 3001 for the data? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the last address? Can you tell me? 3670. Can I say this way? Respond.
Yes, sir.
So my data range will be 3001 to 3670, and because you have allocated how many bytes? Total of 13 bytes. 13 bytes means maybe I'm writing separately. This is out of that 670 bytes. This is for A. This is for B. This is for C. This is for D. This is 4 bytes. This is also 4 bytes. This is also 4 bytes. This is 1 byte. Assuming that maybe this will be starting address for this one will be 3010 to 3013. Total 4 bytes. 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe this will be 3020 to 3023. Maybe this is 3030 to 3033. Maybe this is 3034. Is it okay? I'm trying to zoom in this particular section. Okay, we're zooming in this, so I'm just trying to represent this 13 bytes in the outside. Now the question is, when you have declared 4 variables and I'm about to use a pointer, so let me have a pointers int star IP integer pointer, float star maybe FP float pointer, char star maybe character pointer. So because I have a 2 integers, let me have a 2 integer pointers IP1 comma star IP2. Can I declare this way or not? IP1 and IP2 belongs to what type of integers? Respond. This is IP1, this is IP2, this is FP, this is CP. All these IP1, IP2, FP, CP are normal variables or pointer variables?
Pointer variables.
Okay, fine. When I say IP1 is equal to ampersand of A, can you tell me what is the value stored in the IP1? What is the value is going to be stored in IP1? When I say IP1 equal to ampersand A, already I have given a picture here. Where is A is allocated, where B is allocated, where C is allocated, and D. What is the value stored in IP1? Respond. If you don't respond, I cannot continue. What should I write here? What is the address of A? Starting address?
3010.
3010.
Okay. The moment you perform the statement, 3010 is stored in IP1, there is a connection is established, something like this. This is a pointer. Is it okay? Similarly, if I'm going to write IP2 is equal to ampersand B, then what is IP2?
3020.
3020. The moment you write 3020, there is an arrow is going to be established, something like this. A connection is established. Similarly, I'm going to write maybe here FP is equal to ampersand C. What is the value in FP?
3030.
Just a minute. Yeah, 3030. So you will get a pointer here. Finally, I got only one more. Yeah, so I get C, right? CP is equal to ampersand D. What is the value?
3034.
Then we'll get a pointer like this. I hope this is okay. Now, can I add? Now let me go back to the black color ink. Yeah. Can I add IP1 plus IP2? What is the result generally you get?
Error.
3010 plus 3020. Error, right? Why? Error is okay, but if at all you try, why error is coming, I'm trying to explain. But actually value is how much? Is it not 6030? Yes or no? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Is it not 6030? So don't you think what is the last address of my program?
5,000.
5000. And how much address I am getting here? 6030. Is it not out of scope? Which is not belongs to my program?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? That is the reason the C programming addition of 2 pointers is restricted. It is not correct. When you add 2 pointers, your memory is going out of the programming space, which leads to an error. Okay, leads to an error. Agreed? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next one. When I say IP1 plus IP2, sorry, not plus, IP1 minus IP2 is equal to how much? IP1 minus IP2 means 3010. Generally minus is not correct. Higher address minus lower address you need to perform. So 3020 minus 3010, how much? 10, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you do the subtraction, make sure that the value can be useful in some what is that reference pointers, to move the pointer from one place to other place, or to know the address range between the 2 pointers we use. But it is acceptable because 10 is a value which can be represented, that we call integer. It is not basically a pointer. The value is an integer. Is it okay? 10 is an integer which is actual. I'll tell you when you talk about the strings. I'll tell you an example. Suppose college is I'm writing. It's a set of characters. So this character is going to be stored in 3000. This character is going to be stored in, because all are characters, 3000, 3001, 3002, 3003, 3004, 3005, 3006. Okay. So one pointer is pointing to the E, one pointer is pointing to the C. I want to know the length of the string, length of this particular word. What is the length of the word? It is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
But generally, when I say there is a null character, I said, so it will be 3007 generally. The pointer is pointing to the null character, so total is 7. So can I say that 3007 minus 3000 will give me the length of the word? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So whenever you want some kind of a logic to find the length of the word by using 2 pointers, that time we perform the subtraction between the 2 pointers. Otherwise, subtraction between 2 pointers will give you a some other pointer is invalid, because it is no more an address location. It is no more a valid address location. A valid address location. but this value can be used to find length of the string or the number of location between the 2 pointers. Is it okay? Is it clear? Now third one, IP1, IP2. When addition itself is invalid, can I perform multiplication? Leave
No, sir.
out of scope memory, thereby gives error, thereby giving error. Is it okay? So multiplication also not valid. Coming to the division, by chance 3020 by 3010, does it give integer value? No, right? 3020 by 3010 is no more an integer. Agreed or not?
Yes,
So it is
sir.
of no use. It is of no use in any logic. That's why division between 2 pointers is not allowed. Division between 2 pointers raises error, are not allowed. You must remember. Finally, same example, college. This null character. This is 3000 address. Maybe this is 3007. I wanted to read character by character. Something like, okay, straight away I wanted to display only EGE, suppose. I don't want to, even though in the memory COLLEG complete college is saved or stored, I wanted to display only last 3 words or first 4 words, whatever it might be. So in that case, you are trying to move the pointer slowly till E is reached. So in that case, if 3000 is basically some pointer, I should assume that it is 3000 is saved here, so it is pointing here. When I say PT++, my pointer will point to the O. When you say PT++ again, my pointer will point to the L again. When you say once again PT++, my pointer will go again second L. When you say PT++ again, my pointer will go to E. Now you can simply print percentile C star PT. What it is going to print after 4 PT++? Only E. See, first time PT++, it become 3001. It will be O. Second time PT+, it will point to the L. Third time PT+, one more L. Fourth time PT+, it will be E, isn't it? It will print E. Is it clear? Or else you will get some more question, something like that. Find a number of ovals present in the word. How many ovals are present in this particular college word?
3, sir.
What do you do? One is O, other one is E, and third also E, isn't it? 3 ovals are available, isn't it? So by using these pointers, can we do that or not? Every time you need to check now. Star PT is double equal to A, or star PT double equal to again R, star PT double equal to AEIOU, right? Star PT double equal to star PT double equal to. So like that you will check if condition. Then you simply make a counter plus plus. Then it will automatically, first time C will be taken, C double equal to A, C double equal to E, C double equal to A, all are going to be false, so counter will not increment. Initially counter will be 1 or 0, you should say. So based on number of times the condition is true, the counter gets incremented after coming out of the if condition. You can simply say that 3 ovals are present in the given word, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is one of the example of incrementing pointer by one time. That's an advantage. Now decrementing a pointer also I'll tell you. Suppose COLLEGE is given. Suppose what I will do is I'll take end pointer. This is called start pointer. The names again, maybe this is 3000. Sorry, this is null character. End pointer. Maybe this is 3007. So I wanted to reverse the string. Reverse the string means how does it looks like EGELLOC, isn't it? I want this kind of response. When given string and it reverse are same, what is that you call that particular word? It's called palindrome. Have you heard about this word? Heard about it? Palindrome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, palindrome means even though you write a particular word in reverse way, it should give a same meaning. So I'll give an example. A, B, C, B, A. Is it a palindrome or not?
Yes, sir.
So like that. So if at all you are given a question to find a given word is palindrome or not, in that case, the decrementing of a pointer will help you. I'll tell you how it will be. You swap between starting pointer. Swap, I think call by address. SP comma, sorry, not SP, maybe, yeah, let me assume. Already there are addresses, SP comma EP. When you do the address, what is happening? In place of SP where it is pointing 3000, assuming this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this is 3000 word. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more is required. This is a null character. This is a 3007 word. Right now, my SP is going to have a 3007. It is pointing here. Then I have, this is basically end pointer. I have a one more location which is called starting pointer. 3000 is stored here. So this is a picture actually, in which COLLEG already it is there in the, okay, otherwise I'll write here itself. Okay, so I'm calling this particular swap function which already explained to you, isn't it? How a swap is going to be performed. So after swap is performed, before you perform, you just may EP minus minus. EP minus minus means it will point to 3007 becomes how much? When you say EP minus minus, just a minute, I'll just connect charger to my laptop. Give me a minute. Okay, fine. Okay, otherwise I'll give you another way. Is it audible? I'm audible to you or not?
Yes, sir.
So let me assume that my pointer, end pointer is pointing to the E instead of 7. It will be 3006. So this is not required. It will be like this. Okay. Now when you say swap starting pointer with ending pointer, what is going to happen? The C will be overwritten by how much? E, isn't it? E will be overwritten by
C, sir.
C. Okay. Then next, what I'm supposed to do? Increment SP plus plus, decrement EP minus minus. What is SP is going to become now? SP is going to be how much? Is it not 1001? Yeah. So then this connection is disconnected. Then there is a connection established for the O. Similarly, when I say EP minus minus, 3006 becomes how much?
3005.
3005.
Yeah. Then this connection is gone. Then it will be pointing here. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Because I have not discussed arrays. Arrays is a topic in the C program. Only to make you understand where the decrementing a pointer is needed. So I'm giving some example. I'll discuss again what is an array on. This is called character array, where all the characters are now placed adjacent to each other in the consecutive location. That is called character array. Now again I'll call in a loop same thing. Swap SP and EP. My SP is 3001, EP is 3005. Then O will be replaced by how much? Respond. Is it not G?
G, sir.
And G will be replaced by
O.
O. Can you tell me how long I should perform this way? How long I should continue decrementing and swapping, decrementing and swapping? How long I should do it? Because I have explained 2 times like that. How many more times are needed? How many more times?
One time,
Four.
sir.
Sorry? Repeat. How many more?
4.
4 times. Huh? See, 4 times what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4. O is also getting replaced. O will come here, G will come here, which is going to be wrong. Which is not reverse of a word. Only 2
One
times,
time.
right? Yeah,
SP
one
equal
time.
to
Yeah, only one time. So by looking at the string, you can say one time, but sometimes I give some other string, maybe some 10-digit word I will give. That time it should be more than one time, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So to generalize this problem, very simple. Your address of the endpoint value should be greater than the starting point, isn't it? If you keep on decrementing and you keep on incrementing till you reach here, what is going to happen? Both SP and EP becomes 3005 only, isn't it? EP becomes 3005. SP also becomes 3005. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sorry, not 3005, 3003. 3003 it is. Because this is 3004. So the moment you lose this condition, if end pointer is greater than starting pointer, you continue your swapping and all. If this condition is false, you stop your swapping and come out of the if condition, right or not? So maybe this
Yes,
is a
sir.
while loop. I think I should write while here, not if. While end pointer is greater than starting pointer, you continue with the swap. If this condition is false, you come out, isn't it? Maybe here EP plus plus, sorry, EP minus minus, SP plus plus. It will be continued like this. So this is called basically the decrementing a pointer. Okay. Okay, fine. So let me go with third one. When an integer value is added to pointer, you tell me is it acceptable or not? When an integer value is added to a pointer, PTR plus plus, what does it mean? Is it not 1 is added to the PTR?
yes, sir.
So result is also a pointer, isn't it? Something like 1000 plus 5, something like that. Okay, I'm not exactly writing. Maybe 1005 is also still valid. Similarly, when an integer is subtracted from a pointer, when an integer subtracted from a pointer, 1000 minus 5. Maybe this is 1005 is also valid number. 995 is also valid number. Okay. Result is a pointer only again. So next paragraph, PTR plus plus means move the pointer move the pointer to next value, ptr minus minus means move the pointer to the previous value. Generally we use in arrays the previous value. Okay, then third one, okay, third one is we can compare two pointers. Can we compare or not? Just now in the example I said no, end pointer must be greater than starting pointer, you perform the swap value, yes or no? Then result is true or false. Agreed? Where pointer greater than pointer is allowed, I think pointer 1, pointer 2, like that you write. Pointer 1 less than pointer 2 is also allowed. Pointer 1 double equal to pointer 2 is also allowed. All are valid, and so on are valid. So on means all relational operators, whatever we studied. Okay, I'm not writing everything. Just a minute. Why he has joined now? Just a minute. Hey, it is your class only?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So already we have discussed in the previous class multiple pointers point to the, so a pointer can be copied with some other pointer, that is also valid. So I hope this is clear. Point arithmetic, no, what is that? The operations on the pointers. Okay or not? Respond. Respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, I'm just trying to give. I'm going back to the functions topic where parameters passing mechanism. I said no. I just did not discuss one topic in the functions, which is types of no function calls. So I said one is call by value, other one is a call by address. That I have not discussed. Now I'm, because you should understand whatever pointers I've discussed so far. So I'm just covering that particular topic which was left in your functions unit. So parameters passing mechanism. So parameter passing mechanism, there will be two things. One is call by value, is also called pass by value. Anything is okay. Pass by value. Different books will give a different notations. This is call by address. Okay, call by value, call by address. These are the two different mechanisms of function call while passing the parameters. So first let me take an example for the call by value. Already I explained by using a swap one, but only the topic wise I have not discussed separately. So this is a call by value. I'll take an example of other than the swap. So let me have hash include and all. I'm not writing because the purpose is to understand what is the call by value and call by address. Okay, so let me have two values. Then I'm trying to have a function declaration here. Change, the name of the function is change int comma int. Okay, instead of swap, I'm giving a name as a change. I'm calling change a comma b. I'm passing the two variables, which is the actual parameters a and b with a 10 and 20. Then I'm trying to print the values of a and b. A is equal to percentile t backslash n, then you print a. Similarly, printf b is equal to percentile d backslash n, then b, then get ch. Okay, return and void I'm not using, you assume. Okay, then the definition of the function void, the change is the void basically change int x comma int y, where x is going to be updated with 5 values, y is going to be updated with addition 7, then end of the function. So when you start executing this program, can you tell me what is the output of these two printf statements? What is the output of these two printf statements?
10 and 20.
10 and 20. But what is the purpose of this change, the function call? You have to update 10 with 5, I mean 15, and 20 with a 27, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So which is not happening. So what is happening here? The moment you execute the main program initially, there are two variables are created, a and b, where a is defined with a 10, b is defined with a 20. Then you are calling, it's a function declaration, then change a, b. Suddenly my program will jump here. Two more locations are created. One is called x, another is y. While calling the function, you are passing the parameters a and b, which is the actual parameters. A is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. So a is going to be copied in the x, b is going to be copied in the y. So x is going to be updated with a 10 and y is going to be defined with a 20. Then here x is equal to x plus 5, then x will be updated with 15. Y is going to be updated with 20 plus 7, 27. The moment the function terminates, these variables will get lost, means they get vanished. When you come back, your a and b remains how much value? How much value, a and b?
20 and
10
20.
10.
So my objective is not fulfilled, isn't it? I want to change the values of a and b in some other function, which is not possible if you simply send the values inside the function call. So in the change, I'm sending the values of the a and b, which is not correct. So that is the reason sending by value is not going to fulfill our purpose. So that is when we go with an alternative method. So here I'm just writing this example. Sending value to a function. Sending value to a function is called by value. Okay, sending value in a function to a function actually. To a function is call by value, where formal parameter is variable, that is int x. Okay, change function is called by sending values of a and b. They are copied to formal parameters. X and y. Int x equal to a, int y is equal to b, values of actual parameters a and b are copied to formal parameters x and y. In change function, x and y are modified to 15 and 27. X and y are lost when change function terminates. Change function terminates. Changes are not visible to calling function. Outputs are A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20. Okay. If a value is sent to a function, it cannot be modified. So from this we can understand. So changes made to the formal parameter also not reflected in the actual parameters. So that is the reason whenever you wanted to modify the formal parameters in the called function and you wanted to make it get affected or visible inside the main program, this method is not suitable. So that is the reason second method is used. The second method is called call by address method. Call by address method. So same example, I'm just rewriting the program. Main A, int A is equal to 10. Again, we have two values. B is equal to 20. Same program. Void change. Because the moment I say call by address, the formal parameter must be pointer declaration. Int star, int star. So that is the change. You should do it. Then I'm calling the function called change. Because my parameters are pointers, you should send the addresses. So call by address, ampersand A and ampersand B. Then printf A is equal to percentile D, A, printf B is equal to percentile D, B, get ch. Okay. Then my definition of the function also get changes. Void, no more change it is, change. It is no more no, formal parameter is no more a value, it should be pointers because I'm sending the addresses int star x, int star y. Then I'm changing to star x is equal to star x plus 5, star y is equal to star y plus 7. Now what is the output here? Can anybody tell what is A and B?
15 and 27.
59, 27. So again, let us understand the same program similar to what we have understood. When the moment int A equal to 10 comma B equal to 20 is there, two locations are created. Maybe this is A, this is B, the value is 10, value is 20. Maybe the address of A is 1000 and address of B is 2000, assuming that. Okay. Then this is a declaration statement for the function, so it's not a problem. Then change ampersand and ampersand bit means you are calling, you're sending calling the function change by the addresses 1000 and 2000. So similarly, when you will jump here, it will create two pointers, pointer x and pointer y. The moment I say pointer, they can assuming that it will have some 50,000. Maybe this is 50,100. Then tell me what is x is going to be saved here. What is x is going to be
1000.
saved? 1000. The moment the pointer is updated with 1000, there is a link is established between x and a. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, when y is equal to ampersand b, what is going to be saved? 2000. So again, there is a link is established between x and y. Now, even though you are in remote position, see, you can see 1000 and 550,000, they are really very far. Even though they are far in the memory location, but there still connection is established between the variables. Okay, just a minute, I'm getting a call. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, fine. So let us come back. Okay, so there is a linkage system. Even though in the memory they are very remote, 1000 and 2000 are very much remote from the 50,000, 51,000, but still there is a connection is there between the function memory as well as main memory. So now star x means what? X is address, star x is a value, isn't it? Yes or no? Respond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so what is star x here? What is star x in this position?
10, sir.
Yeah, 10 plus 5.
15, sir.
You are updating 15 on which one? Star x. Star x means here it is going to be updated. Similarly, star y. What is star y means?
20, sir.
So 20 plus 27. 27 is updated in which one? Star y again. Star y means here. The moment the function terminates, this will get vanished. So there is no link at all. Okay? Yes or no? When function terminates,
Yeah.
variables get vanished. When variables get vanished, there is no connection because purpose is solved. When you come back from the change function, print of a is equal to, what is the value of a now? 15, and the value of b is 27. I hope you understood now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is a very simple example which can make you to understand what is the difference between a call by value and call by address. So here I'm just writing not like what statement I have written very lengthy. In a simple, sending addresses to a function is called by address. Formal parameter is pointer. This is more important. Call by address means formal parameter must be pointer, that is int star x. Now change function is called by sending address of a and b. They are copied to x and y. Int star x is equal to ampersand a. Int star b is equal to ampersand b. This is what happened. So x and y are pointers to main function variable. This is most important. Main function variables a and b. So in change function, in change function, 5 is added to star x, 7 is added to star y, thus star x and star y are modified to 15 and 17. So modifying star x y, modifying star x and star y is as good as modifying what? Tell me. As good as modifying what? Is it not a and b? Respond.
Yes, sir.
The outputs will be a is equal to 15 and b is equal to 27. So the advantage in sending address to a function is that value of the address can be modified in the called function. That is the overall idea here. So coming to the advantage, if somebody asks by using call by addresses, generally a function can return how many results by using a return statement? A function can return how many variables by using a return statement? I think I gave an example, no? While discussing the functions, you have some function, return 15, Return 17. I don't remember exactly what I gave in that time. What is going to be returned from this function?
15, sir.
Yeah, 17 and 20 will be returned.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, so only one value can be returned, no, by using any function. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if at all you want to return more than one result, don't you think right now x and y are returned? The values 10 and 27, 2 are returned, no? In the previous example, change is going to perform two different results. X is updated with a 15 and y is updated with a 27. Am I not returning two values now to my main program?
Yes, sir.
Respond. So that is the advantage. If at all a function needs to return more than one output, only method which is possible is call by address. Is it okay? So advantages or advantage otherwise, advantage of call by address. So with this we'll end up today's class. Advantage of the call by address. So here function can return more than one value without using any return statement. Without using any return statement. This is known as indirect return. This is known as indirect return. Use return statement to return only one value. Use return statement to return only one value. Use call by address concept to return more than one value. More than one value indirectly. Is it okay? Is it clear or not? Respond. With this, I'll stop here.
Yes, sir.
I want you to prepare from any book or any internet or whatever it is. At least the comparison between a call by value and call by address, and you try to do some examples on by using call by address. Okay. Then we'll complete remaining topics in the pointers whatever is available in the next class, so that we can move to the almost, I think unit 4 is almost covered. The topics mentioned in the we'll go back to the unit 3 now, which is array function. Okay, arrays. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just hold on. I'll take your attendance. Let me stop recording first.